don't see any entrance into it. Little what? I thought it's some food.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you've got all the ag, it doesn't matter. Just go to them. We went there a lot.
This I slept very well, I think. Thank you very much. Although I think you woke me up at some point. I think
Come back today, we'll be back around tea time. Oh, and no doubt he'll have them. We go home today. So we came on Thursday because it was his birthday on Friday. So we just came up for the weekend. Yes. No, you've got Carl, obviously. Literally, just down Conway, just down the road. What do you want to talk about? Yeah, said you were going to go there, then we realised you have to walk.
Oh, over here.
Yeah. This one for you, yeah?
Yes, thank you.
Any ketchup, mayonnaise?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Big Brussels. Simple is the best.
Pretty decent prices.
Do you need cutlery?
I don't know about that.
How many?
$25 is actually pretty fair, isn't it? Seller.
What's that?
This is prison.
What?
Yeah.
So it's just dump the people there.
I guess so. I don't see any entrance into it. Yeah, you probably get no light into it if you're in this dungeon. Jeez. They would have a fire at the back, and then they'd put like bread here, and heat and bake, and there's your chimney. And then over here will just be some land with some people. Very safe. They just constantly resupply. That's with the garden. I guess this is where the private harbour would have been. This is where the private harbour would have been.
So cool.